They are called Child Abuse Pediatricians, and they say their mission is to protect children.
But local parents, attorneys, and even some doctors say some of these specialists are tearing families apart.
7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with a look at what she's uncovered. Heather.
The Parker family says they were emotionally and financially devastated after a doctor accused them of child abuse. Their lawyer says she's had to fight against the same child abuse pediatrician about 20 times, and they want to warn other families. Allie and Jimmy Parker are grateful for every second with their children, Isabella and Dylan.
I love you. Have a good rest.
Last April, Child Protective Services workers took both babies from this Westland couple because one pediatrician accused them of abusing 6-week-old Dylan.
I said, why can't we get a second opinion? Why is this one physician's opinion the end-all be-all to your decision to terminate our parental rights? Well, that's how it goes. She's the expert.
The Parkers are talking about child abuse pediatrician Bethany Moore from U of M's C.S. Mott Children's Hospital. And they're not the only family who says Dr. Moore's accusation of child abuse tore their family apart.
It's been the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life.
They turned it all around on me, blamed me for every part of it.
Back in 2015, the 7 investigators showed you how these parents all had to battle allegations of abuse and neglect, even though they say their children had medical causes for their illnesses and injuries. Ultimately, none of their parental rights were terminated. The Parkers say their experts showed the court that Dylan's rib fractures were caused by fragile bones from a severe vitamin D deficiency, not abuse. So the case was dismissed.
By the middle to the end of the trial, we were indigent. We were already petitioning the court for funds for our last witness.
Dr. Moore would not agree to an interview, but our cameras were rolling during a presentation she gave to first responders back in 2015.
How many kids would potentially be in harm's way if they only found on things that were really clear-cut? Tons of kids.
Well, I'm seeing a great number of families that are being torn apart because they've been falsely accused of child abuse. There are simple explanations or medical conditions that explain the injuries to the child.
Retired University of Michigan pathologist Dr. Douglas Smith volunteers his expertise for families facing abuse allegations from child abuse pediatricians, including 8 who have recently been accused by Dr. Moore.
I think that Dr. Moore misleads families. She examines the child, but she doesn't treat any of the injuries.
When a child abuse pediatrician interviews you, legal experts say you won't be advised of your rights like you would if you were in police custody. But you should know anything you tell someone like Dr. Moore can be used against you.
So we don't do forensic interviews, it's a history. And this becomes really important when it comes to, hopefully you'll never have to do this, but testifying in court. A medical history is not considered hearsay.
It's just a recipe for error and for injustice.
University of Wisconsin Law School professor Keith Finley says child abuse pediatricians have a huge amount of influence with the jury. And when they make a medical diagnosis of abuse, your presumption of innocence is gone.
So to say that doctors can diagnose the conduct and intent of some third-party actor is really beyond what medicine can support.
A spokeswoman for Michigan Medicine declined our request for an interview with Dr. Moore, but did tell us that when Dr. Moore meets parents, she says she is part of the Michigan Medicine Child Protection Team. She explains that she does not work for Child Protective Services, but that she does communicate closely with them. She also told us in a statement that their Child Protection Team is an extremely valuable team that protects the safety of children. We have more from Michigan Medicine at WXYZ.com.
Wow, but if mistakes are made, you know, that cloud hangs over those parents' heads.
A lot of parents say they've been devastated.
Yeah. I would suggest going to WXYZ.com and read more about what's taking place here. I know you'll continue to follow it as well.
Absolutely.
Great job as always, Heather.
Thank you.